Hello, everyone. Sherilyn here from Joyly, and my good friend, soul sister, Kymberly is with us. Kymberly, why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you all. My name is Kymberly Figueroa, and I'm a transformational life coach in Las Vegas.
Beautiful. And Kymberly and I met at just a roundabout way. I was looking for dance shoes when I was back here, and when I was here in October doing my Red Dream, and there Kymberly was with all the answers to not just dance shoes, but many things. You've introduced me to lots of people, and it's been good getting to know you, Kymberly.
Thank you. Same as here.
Yep. And then we went to a Dale Holloway event. And have you seen Dale lately?
Oh, yeah. I talk to him every week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got a couple of questions for you. So I think we'll use this time to catch up a little bit and talk about joy. So
Sounds great.
the first thing is just what does joy mean to you? I'm kind of asking everybody. There's lots of people that have that it's connection, or that it's a deep faith, or that it's maybe joy is just in the moment, or maybe it's something fruitful, like you wake up with it, you go to sleep with it. What is joy to you?
I think joy for me is getting to a place within my life, or people getting to a place within their life that they actually have a sense of peace and happiness. So, and many things can trigger this, obviously. It can be a person, a situation, circumstance, or maybe something that we're doing that's fulfilling. But ultimately, it's a feeling of expression that just comes from a very loving and peaceful place.
Well, congratulations on being an influencer of joy. Like, I couldn't think of anybody else other than you since I've moved here that really exuberates that. Like, everyone you touch, like, you're always just so empowering and generous and kind, and their cheerleader, everybody's always feeling great when they're within your circle. So thank you for doing that. Yeah. So coaching. So how did you find your joy or your joy, which is coaching? How did you find that? How did you discover that about yourself?
Okay, so I've always been into personal development and different programs that help me grow. I know that in this lifetime, I knew from the time I was a small child that I would be having just a huge growth spurt in this lifetime, because from the time I was 2, I was the kid that constantly asked why, always seeking the answers. So as I continued on, I was actually an educator. I'm a hair colorist, and I've been in the field for 38 years. So I taught creative and corrective hair coloring for 22 years. And so as time went on, I evolved and I grew, and I went beyond that. I started really going down my own rabbit hole, learning how to really heal the parts of me that were keeping me from true happiness and the ability to be able to overcome and handle life situations, period. So with different programs that I went to, they were all little stepping stones. And then I was introduced to Dale Holloway's network, and he is an amazing transformational life coach. I was introduced to his network about 15 years ago. At that time, I was very successful in my hair business, and I had a great following, which I loved. Made a lot of money, had all the big fancy things, big fancy cars and homes and everything. But there was a part of me that was still, I was dealing with anxiety. I was dealing with overwhelm. I was dealing with relationships that were being challenged, probably because I was too busy and not paying attention to what was really important. But anyway, getting involved with his program, at that time, I was actually addicted to Xanax for my anxiety. I had to have it every couple of hours. I was on antidepressants, and I was suffering from panic attacks that were so bad that I would literally black out from them. So I was not in a very good place physically or emotionally, but I could sure put on a good mask. I
Yeah.
was really good at putting on the mask because I was used to dealing with the public.
Yeah.
And so, it's really easy to put on a fake smile, but a real smile comes within the soul, right? So, within 6 months to a year, I was off of all medications after doing joining his program. I was off of all medications, and I was now learning how to deal with the fear that was causing the panic and blackouts. And honestly, the truth of it is, I discovered and live by this now, that fear, it's the cause of every problem that we have.
Right.
It really is. It's the cause of every problem. It's the cause of prejudice. It's the cause of negative emotions. It's the cause of anger, jealousy, possessiveness, obsessiveness.
Not
So
living
if
your
we have,
potential,
yeah,
unhappiness, yeah, all
if
that.
we have no fear,
Yeah.
guess what? We can truly be happy. And
Yeah.
so in a getting back to answering the question that you asked, how did I get into coaching? After a few years of being involved with the program and actually learning how to clean and clear my own stuff and resolve my own inner issues, I knew that because it was finally something that was really working, that I wanted to share that with other people. Now, not
Absolutely.
that life's challenges don't come,
Hmm.
but I can now respond to it healthy. And so I wanted to share those techniques that I learned with other people. So I enrolled in the coaching program.
Okay. So
It has an
before we
amazing.
before we get into the sharing, you're already answering my questions way down the
Oh,
road, but let's back up
sure.
just a little bit. You just launched a website and it's called um, what's it called again? Coaching That Empowers. And we have all the packages on here and everything. So that's pretty amazing. Congratulations on that. So
Thank
could you
you.
just give us a couple little, maybe a couple of stories? I know you're being your joy every day, all day long now, which means you're sharing who you are with your clients. So maybe you could tell us a couple of examples of what you've seen transform based on your skills and who you've helped, not specifically, but just generally.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. So, okay, I could give an example of a dear friend of mine. I won't say his name, but it starts with a P. And when he came to me as my friend, okay, not as a coaching client, but naturally, if you're a close friend of mine, you're going to get coaching. So when he came to me, he was suffering with a horrible disorder called lymphedema, which had cost his career. He was quite overweight and pre-diabetic at the time. Within just 1 year of us being close friends, um, he now has lost about 25 pounds. His numbers for pre-diabetic are now improving tremendously.
Wow.
Emotionally, he was at a place to where he had lost total hope in life.
Yeah.
He just didn't know what to do anymore because his career was completely affected. He was a professional, world-renowned choreographer,
Okay.
and his illnesses were affecting it. So now within this year, I have helped him to be able to get himself on track and to perceive life in a different way, and to actually implement new ways of living into his
Awesome.
life. And so now he's just really starting to see things take off for him. He's
Yeah.
living a life that he loves more. He's not allowing things to bother him as much. So that's one example. He's
Yeah.
definitely in a great place.
Yeah, just give me like a broad base. Like, do you help with sales? Are you helping people just mental health? What, like, generally, what is it that you focus on?
Okay, so because of my background in business, I've owned many businesses before. So not only prior to getting into the transformational work, I was also a consultant to the hair industry. So I would help people to build their business from scratch. So because of
Wow.
my background, I have a lot of uh, small business background, not large business, but small business background. I can literally help somebody, show them how to start it from ground zero and build it up. And most business is the same, really. It's just about knowing the background. So business background, I definitely know, but actually coming from a conscious place. So creating your business from a conscious place, or restructuring your business if you already have an existing business. So there's the business background, but now we're coming from a conscious way of being. And a conscious way of being in our business is now going to bring a more authentic output to everybody else. And people want to do business that are with businesses that are authentic, not businesses that are out to price gouge or businesses that are out to in self-centered ways. You know, obviously business is about making a profit, but the way that I can help them is to show them how to structure their business so they're coming from a conscious mentality.
Awesome. That is awesome. I just want to put this up on the screen. And I know you are really into sharing right now your talents and your skills. So the last part of this for everybody who's watching, this is the Joyly formula, the Find, Be, Share. So if you could share some of your amazing transformational wisdom with the world right now, what do you think that you could offer us?
Okay, so in those words, I would first and foremost, I would say, learn to recognize when something from the outside is triggering fear in you. Um, we see a lot of this going on right now with COVID-19. There's a lot of fake news out there, and there's a lot of different opinions, but I do see that it's causing an extreme amount of fear. So the fear itself is more deadlier than the virus. So I would say be aware, check in with your fear, and make it a daily practice to say, if there was something I was afraid of right now, what might that be? And look and see what it is. And once you can identify what it is, then either let go of the need for that's driving that fear. And when I say the need, maybe the need for control, the need for approval, the need for safety. A lot of us feel the need to be safe right now. Learn to let it go. Or maybe it's something you're afraid of that you're supposed to be diving into, you know. So I would say,
Interesting.
yeah, and maybe it's something you're supposed to be diving into. So I would say, dive into it. You know, in my case, doing videos, live videos was something I was fearful of, you
Yeah.
know, and you actually helped me to get out of the box a little bit with that. I want to thank you so much. Namaste. You know, thank you so much for that, because there are some things that we are to be diving into versus, you know, letting go of.
That is an extremely healthy way to look at that, because I was talking with somebody and they were saying if what you were doing, you know, a month and a half ago was working and it felt good, then keep doing that. But if it wasn't, you know, maybe there's something new, and this time is a good time for the transition of it. So that's really
Yes.
interesting. I like that. All right. I love you. Thank you so much. You look fabulous and healthy. And just the last thing, what are you doing to keep healthy during this time? I saw you making some delicious banana bread. I wanted some really bad. It had applesauce in it and all kinds of yummy stuff. So
Yeah.
what is your daily to-do routine? How are you keeping healthy?
Okay, so number one, I am meditating twice a day. For
Okay.
sure. And it's a minute, it's about 20 to 25 minutes twice a day, morning and night. Number two is I am doing affirmations. Every single morning, I read them out loud, not just to myself. I want to read them out loud because I want to declare to the universe, right? So I'm declaring to the universe my affirmations in the morning when I first wake up, and the last thing before I go to bed after a prayer as I do the affirmations again, because those affirmations need to be registering deep within my cells in the middle of the night. And then lastly, definitely, well, meditation number one, affirmations number two, allowing myself time to do more reading. And I'm not just reading, you know, novels and stuff like that. I don't really do a lot of that. Mostly everything I do is personal development or something that will fill my soul. So
Yeah.
allowing myself reading time. And then one other thing that I'm doing also is becoming more aware of the types of foods that are coming to my body, and supplementation. Because supplementation I've always been huge on, and I could not express that enough with people.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping now with all this, people are seeing how important it is to keep our immune system strong. Um, yeah, I can't even tell you the supplementation. Sometimes I would slack on that. So supplement, do the research, find out what the highest rated pharmaceutical grade supplements are. Don't just go for over the counter stuff because it's food grade. It is not good high grade.
Excellent. You are such a plethora of knowledge. I have
Thank you.
one more burning question.
Yeah.
I asked you off camera, but I know you're a beautiful salsa dancer, so what are you doing to keep your dance shoes on?
Well, I walk. I
Oh,
walk,
good.
yeah, I walk a lot. I'm fortunate to have some really great trails over here by where I live in Summerlin. So I do walk, but I still dance. So there's YouTube videos. I will turn on a video and I'll do at least a half an hour of dancing a few
Okay.
times a week. Um, those are good. You just got to keep active. You got to do something every single day.
Yeah.
But even with that, because I'm not dancing hardcore like I usually do, I've gained 5 pounds over the last 30 days.
Yeah.
So it's okay. I'm okay with that because guess what? I'm happy,
You
you know,
are. You're
and
happy,
I'm
healthy,
still
and
healthy.
full of joy. So thank you again for being an influencer of joy, Miss Kymberly and Coach Kymberly. And we
Thank
can't
you.
wait to see you again. Maybe we'll have you back for a panel.
Oh, I would love to. And namaste and health and happiness to everyone.